What's up, guys? Welcome to my tarot channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. My name's Annie. Welcome to this All Signs Tarot reading. Please come into the readings with an open heart and an open mind. Take away only what resonates for you and release the rest. Check below for timestamps so you can hop directly to your reading. And do remember to check out the reading for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. All right, let's do it. All right, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Welcome to my tarot channel. We are going to talk about mainly career, money, and finances this week. I don't typically do those kind of readings, but it just felt like the collective was wanting advice or guidance on money. I don't know if we're going to do anything with love. I don't know. We're going to see where this reading goes. Thank you for being here. Please take away only what resonates with you. Messages for your best and highest good. You will know what those are intuitively. Trust your own intuition above all else. Let's tap into what's going on with Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius in regards to their money, financial situation, financial health, things that might be coming in or exiting. Let's set the intention to get some helpful, clear, insightful messages for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. All right, let's do it, guys. I don't typically group you guys in together as the fire signs, but I have time constraints this week, so I figure a reading is better than nothing at all, right? So, and do keep in mind, like, if you're not familiar with astrology, there's reasons why we group you guys together as fire signs, because the way your house placements work, those placements are in conversation with one another, so it's not just like for convenience sake, like there's a lot of similarities that go on. So just know that for those who are new to astrology and don't understand why you're being lumped together, it's not about that. All right, here we go. All right, setting the intention. Here we go for career, money, finances. I feel like I'm slow to start. I don't know why that is. Sorry, guys. Hierophant, what are you committing yourself to? Why are we showing them the Hierophant? It's Taurus energy, right? So it is saying the long term, hunkering down. Trusting your intuition about the timeline of this project. These are two very strong spiritual energies, and I mean, they're major arcana, so major chapters, major life events, and it involves partnership in some capacity. So there could be exiting a long-term partnership. There could also be the initiation. I think that's more important here, the initiation of some sort of partnership. And to me, with the High Priestess, you're sensing it, you're feeling it, but you don't necessarily see it yet. It might not have manifested in 3D yet. But it feels like you're calling in a quote-unquote soulmate in regards to a very advantageous partnership that's going to come through. Again, strong Taurus energy here, as well as High Priestess. Typically, for me as a reader, is Cancer, the zodiac sign of Cancer. Now, maybe that's a timestamp, right? I'm recording this in Cancer season, so intuitively, we're all kind of tapped into that watery spiritual energy right now, more than, the average day. So spend time in meditation or prayer or connecting to some sort of channel of the divine. You are a recipient of those messages, a channeler, right? So with the Hierophant, there could be something coming through here about, it's very traditional energy, right? It's very earthy. So working with the earth, the elements, working with land, working with property, houses, family, working with other people's resources. Even with both these signs, they're very strongly associated with food, culinary activity, right? Kind of digestion, the womb, that sort of thing. What nourishes us spiritually, emotionally, right? For Cancerian, creatively, I would say for both. But the idea of like sustenance, longevity, what is sustainable, resourceful, organic. Those are like Taurian, living off the earth type vibes. I would say both of these could be tremendously strong in regards to a creative endeavor, a creative partnership. Someone who, and it could even be for some of you, the idea of creating a living or a source of income or dealing with something regarding family matters, like a partnership maybe playing an important role. Maybe you're going to meet someone that you fall in love with and, joint finances, resources, sure, but maybe you create some sort of career together, or you're selling something online and it kind of, hits the jackpot and there's some sort of successful business venture in partnership. And I'm saying that because these are a pair. So partnership of any kind. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. You might be helping families. You might be doing something, again, regarding the home, hospitality type stuff. It is coming in. You don't need to force it. Allow this to happen organically. It is, I'm not saying don't show up for yourself and be on the lookout for signs and signals, but this almost feels like with the reach of a hand, you draw it to you like a magnet because you're so in the vibe. And again, you might not be feeling that right now, but that's okay. There's need for you to exhale and just be very in tune with your emotions and with your body. It's water and earth energy. So something slightly more on the traditional side. A lot of times the Hierophant is associated with teaching or preaching, doing it by the book, inheritance, the idea in terms of like what the family has preached to you. Are you more of an individualist, or is there something that you are sort of carrying on the family legacy down the line? I think that's important questions to ask yourself. This isn't for everyone, but there's something about light or electricity coming through. I don't really know what that is. Maybe that's symbolic. Maybe that's like a lightning bulb moment. For others of you, it could be quite literal. If you're redoing houses, there may be issues regarding like the electrical wiring or something. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is for some of you. Could even have to do with like a business that you're involved in. All right. So the High Priestess is sitting on some sort of magical potential. What is that? Your own peace, your own mental clarity. You already have all the answers available to you. And I know that's a frustrating message to hear, but ultimately with the High Priestess and the Four of Swords, it's like, relax, boo. You're fine. You're exactly where you need to be. Silence. Quiet your mind and your worry and your anxiety about money's career, job stuff, whatever this is. It's like, be still. I'm thinking of that movie, She's All That like weird performance poetry thing. It's like, be silent, be still, be silent, be still. That's your mantra. That's your mantra right now. This is something you can't rush or force. Symbolically, High Priestess Taurian stuff, it's very like mama energy. It's very Venusian, like lunar, the moon. It's female, feminine energies. There could be strong collaborations with females in your life or in the future, or some sort of opportunity that comes through a female that's going to be helpful for networking or something that, again, could kind of push you along or help you along the way, advice or guidance, seeking out a financial advisor. It's very feminine driven, strong feminine energy and Venus stuff. Symbolically, you can't rush the cycle of a baby, right? It's got to cook in there, right? It's got to get a little cuter, right? We have to wait that 9 months before we're ready to deliver the baby. And some of you, like, you're not there yet. So it's like, exhale. As long as you're ready to receive and you're in a good place to receive, the universe is going to deliver this in divine timing. What about like money stuff? The Seven of Swords. Some of you feel like you missed out on an opportunity that could have been financially beneficial. Tell me about that. We still think about it. The Ace of Cups. For some of you, creativity, spirituality, Ace of Cups, it would have been something brand new. Were you ready to receive it though at the time, or did it come at an inconvenient time? This feels like shoulda, coulda, woulda. It feels like, you have regrets or you have remorse or just doubt that maybe you should have, right? I think, again, the universe is saying that was sort of like a teaser of something of what was to come. It was like not a drop in the bucket, but I'm getting some sort of like water metaphor with this. It was like a taste of what's to come, but it's not the full plate yet or something. But I think it's almost like it initiated some sort of like the turning of a cog is what I'm hearing in your mind. It started to get you to think outside the box or to think about this opportunity so that you could manifest it in the future when the time was appropriate, when you were more ready to receive it, or maybe you had to go back and learn something or study or better prepare yourself for this opportunity. It's not that you missed out on it. It was a preview of what's to come, but that was sort of a milestone you were meant to hit in order to receive something more. It might be tied to a romantic partner as well. Some of you may be struggling at a job currently because there's mixed feelings about coworkers or emotional turmoil, trauma you're dealing with. You might be healing from a divorce or healing from a relationship, and it might be impacting your motivation or drive at work. Queen of Wands. Yeah, this is like leaning into the highest version of yourself. Journaling is going to help you, put your thoughts on paper and get a more clear, concise idea of what it is you're wanting to accomplish or move towards. Careers in writing look very beneficial. So if anyone is involved in media or publishing, entertainment, especially heavy on writing, journaling, poetry, writing lyrics. I'm not saying that's going to be everyone's profession out there, but there's something very cleansing, about being able to work some through things emotionally, getting them down on paper and almost like releasing them. It almost feels like a little bit of a ceremony to, maybe you're doing like a full moon ritual of what you want to release and make space for. I would highly advise that, particularly with the full moon in Leo. And that's coming up, it's not too far away. So you're going to have to look up the date. I don't know off the top of my head, but anything else we need to know about the king? It's really the King of Wands. They're all female in this deck, but again, Leo energy, inspiring others with your words, speaking your truth, being a little bit blunt, but again, offering your creative ideas, your creative solutions. That Venus stuff, there's a lot of creative potential here, moving forward with it. You might be applying to some sort of new job. There could be a lot of back and forth communication, possibly with another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There might be disagreements with your boss going on right now, and sleepless nights, feeling like, what's a good word for it? Thoughts keeping you awake at night because you're jumping to worst case scenario. To be honest though, this feels like some of you know it's time to give resignation, or to give notice rather, is what I meant, because it does feel like with Ten of Swords, you've sort of completed a major chapter and it's not intellectually stimulating anymore. You're not necessarily learning anything new, and it feels like maybe you've plateaued in terms of the money you can make in a certain role or position, and maybe there's nothing higher, or you've already been told that, that role went to someone else, or it's not open. And so for some of you, you're sort of at a crossroads of feeling like it's time to go. And for some of you, that is the decision essentially that you might even be looking back and regretting, like, did I jump too soon? And I think the answer is no. With the Ace of Cups, you have to trust that the universe is going to fill your cup. I'm not saying it might be tight, right? I mean, you made a decision, but you have no reason to look back. I wouldn't necessarily advise, trying to get back to that company or back to that person or back to that role. I think this is a beautiful opportunity to start fresh. I mean, I think you've already started to plant the seeds here. They just haven't fully come to fruition or started to bloom yet. Yeah, the death cycle, or the death card essentially says an ending of a cycle. You have two cards saying release the old, embrace the new. Something is coming down the pipeline. The Hierophant says you need to have faith. All right. Couple more career oracle cards. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Amusement, that wants to be seen. I can tell with the King of Wands there is Leo energy here. It's like, let's keep it lighthearted, let's keep it fun, let's maintain the attention of the crowd, of the group, let's honor our authentic voice and shine our light, because ultimately that's how you're going to find your people, or I don't know, something to do with your money, right? This is why I don't do career readings a lot, because it's really general, right? It's just easier for me as a reader to do love readings. But that being said, I hope this helps some of you out there. It won't be for everybody, of course. This says you have natural talents that you can share with the world. It's time to make money from them while having a good time just being you. So yeah, remember to take pleasure in like the simple day-to-day life. Sometimes we can't control things the way we want to, or fix things immediately and make them better and have that instant relief. Sometimes it is about kind of, if I'm getting like Five of Pentacles, sometimes it is about trudging through the snow barefoot, knowing that there is salvation around. We just have to find the church, but it's there. Do you understand what I mean? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I love that card came out for all the fire signs. You don't have to be a Leo for that to resonate, but shine your light, share your gifts. That's what you're meant to do as a fire sign. And in many ways, again, like I associate Trailblazer with Aries, but really with fire. It's like you can't stop fire from spreading. It's magnetic. It's exciting. It's dynamic. Everybody loves the fire, right? It holds your time. It holds your gaze. It holds your attention. There's something that we want to see and feel about the fire. Right? We want to feel the warmth. We want to get excited. We want to feel energized. So this is charm. There you go. There's that fire energy. You mesmerize people with your charm and elegance. You have a style that captivates your audience. Use your confidence to your advantage. So maybe you're doing more advertising or marketing or social media type stuff. That always reminds me of Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know why it does, but I believe she's a Leo. In fact, I've had this conversation on my channel before and I don't remember, but I put money down. I think she's a Leo. So something about that might be significant. Again, if you're not a Leo, I'm not saying that this is catered towards that zodiac sign specifically, but something about your storyline career-wise is or does currently involve a Leo. Possibly something with children too, for that matter. Arts, entertainment, acting, singing, dancing, anything that's sort of, again, sharing your gifts and creativity. And then this says determination. Consistency is the key to achieving your goals. Keep doing what works well for you. Don't quit when you're tired. Quit when you're done. I love that. I love that. And I literally the word quit, right? Like I quit. Don't quit when you're tired. That's not the right timing. Quit when you're done. When you know that there's nothing here left for you and it's weighing down on your soul, right? You're meant to grow and expand. You know, I always say that's sort of like your one job as a spiritual human being in this lifetime on earth. You're meant to grow. You're meant to evolve. You're meant to expand. So if something is inhibiting your growth in some way, that's devil energy. You have to identify that and find a different way to go about it and work through it. Or again, if it's something inhibiting you and you're like, I want to grow, I'm here, I'm ready, you need to remove that obstacle from your life so that you can pursue that growth, right? Jupiter is in Gemini right now. So for all my fire signs and, you know, with air, right, there's an expansion of education, knowledge, technology maybe in your life, partnerships, back and forth exchanges. So again, in theory, that could be beneficial to a lot of you. It's going to be there for about a year, but what do you need to learn? I think that's going to be important for all the zodiac signs, but especially for my fire signs, because you naturally kind of jive with air signs, right? There's a very social energy to both air and fire. It wants to go up. It wants to be positive. It wants to rise above, right? Fire needs oxygen, right? So there could be a strong collaboration between air and fire, the way I'm describing that. Let's see. And then this says setbacks. Taking one step forward to make two steps back. This card could indicate that setbacks are telling you that you're not ready to enter the next phase quite yet, or doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, probably not the way to go about things. And don't use this card as a prison sentence, right? If anything, use it to acknowledge like, hey, that's where I'm at, so it makes sense that this card is coming through, right? Something about the hands is coming through. Artists, potters, painters, something active with your hands, tarot card readers. Shout out to my readers. And then this says planner. Take financial inventory and see what needs changing. Event planning, project manager, or professional organizer. It's crucial that you make a plan to make sure each day counts. All right, fire signs, that's what I got for you this week. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. All right, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, what's up? Just this week, I am going to do the collective earth signs all together. I don't typically do that, but I'm at a time constraint because I got fun birthday plans this weekend, so you'll understand, right? I said the same thing to the fire signs. For those who don't know, there's a reason why astrologically we lump the earth signs together sometimes, because based on, your chart, your birth wheel, essentially, a lot of similar storylines will happen for earth signs at the same time. So it's not for nothing. It's not just to, you know what I mean? I just want you to know, like, there's a reason behind it. So we're still going to get you a good reading. This week, we're going to talk about career, money, and finances. I don't typically do those readings as well, but it just feels like that's what the collective wants. So that's what we're going to do. Career, money, finances, financial health, things that might be coming down the pipeline. What can I share with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn? Let's see what's coming in. Messages for their best and highest good. As much clarity as we can have at this time, please. What's coming in? Ooh, a celebration, a little raise, a little promotion, networking event. That speaks very highly of going out and meeting people who are in your field or talking to people who have already done what you're looking to accomplish. This does feel like though you are being celebrated or something noteworthy is happening where, it always feels like someone's making a toast, right? There's a big announcement here, right? For some of you, there actually could be maternity leave in your future or somebody around you if it's not you, earth sign. But yeah, there could be the idea of maybe exciting news where you either take a break or if you are leaving a job, leaving a company, it would be very much on your own accord and it would be something that you're very happy about. That being said, there doesn't seem to be bad blood in regards to your old position. I actually see you celebrating with other people. They might be throwing like a goodbye party for some of you. Again, that won't translate for everyone, but for those who have a new opportunity that they have their eye on and you're kind of at that moment of like, ooh, is it going to happen? This looks very fortuitous to me. There's a lot of beautiful energy surrounding that Three of Cups. So yeah, Cancer season, especially for my earth signs, which we're in that now, right? Until about July 20th, give or take. So tell me a little bit more. What are we celebrating here? What are we celebrating with this Three of Cups? And again, take only what resonates, right? You guys know the drill. The Two of Wands. Yeah, someone's leaving. There's a departure or there's a break, a pause in order to pursue something in your personal life or some sort of personal endeavor, project. Some of you, it might be taking a, what is that word? It starts with an S. All I can hear is subliminal. That's not what I mean. Sabbatical, sorry. It's like it was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, sabbatical or something to travel. Some of you may be in charge of taking the business overseas or being introduced to new clientele, new people that want to work with you or your business. Essentially, you might be put on the road and put in some sort of traveling position. Some of you, again, it's for personal pleasure. You might be taking a break from work, stepping back from a role, asking for more time off. This doesn't have to be life-changing messages, guys. You might be taking a vacation this week. Others of you, there is news of pregnancy, as, quote unquote, in the office. Even if you don't work in an office, there's someone around you who's celebrating news of pregnancy. I do see that. Tell me more. Some of you might be moving as well, too. This isn't just about your job. There's quite literally boxes being packed. Three of Wands. Some of you are waiting to move to a new space, maybe a new office space, maybe a new studio, right? Some of you are waiting to move to a new house. Some of you, it might put you at greater distance from your family, though. And so your family seems to be, holding you as close and as tight as they possibly can until that change happens and they kind of have to release you and let you go out into the world again. Because it might put you at a distance from someone you love. Maybe that's a message in regards to your dating life or your best friend or your siblings. It feels like you have a really great network and support of people around you right now. There's a lot of Venus energy here, which there's a lot of hugs. There's a lot of hugs. I don't know if that's your jam or not, Earth sign, but it's like something big is on the horizon. And to be honest, it feels like your ships have arrived. Or they're very imminent. Sometimes the Three of Wands can be like, we need to be patient, we need to wait. But this feels very much with Two of Wands like the ball's already in action. You know what I mean? Like things are happening. It's like it's down to the last few boxes. That's really what it feels like this week. So yeah, for those who are looking for a new home, you may end up signing a contract this week. Or next week, right? I mean, the timeline is flexible, but these are energies. These are potential energies that might be available to you. Yeah, man, Earth sign, like you are crushing it. My Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, there's praise, there's applause, there's attention. Sometimes with the Six of Wands, there's a little bit of jealousy, because it's like you're really crushing it this week or there's a major win in your life. I actually don't get jealousy here, though. I always look at the faces of the people around, and with this, there's someone who's trying to put on a brave face. Someone is trying to put on a good face for you, and it almost feels like a fake smile because they don't want you to know that, like, they're destroyed, that you're not going to be there anymore. It feels almost like your work wife, your work bestie. Or again, if you're moving at a distance and you're not going to be a 10-minute drive from mom or dad or whoever, this person's like, I'm so happy for you, and they're giving you a giant hug, and they're, like, holding back tears. Right? Oh, my Earth signs, right? Opposed by water, you get people who are very affectionate and maybe clingy, but this feels like you're about to embark on some new adventure. So put on your game face. You have no reason to be scared. I think this is due to you. I think you've grown. You may have outgrown a role, so there might be some sort of change or, again, promotion or outgrown a house. There is something about expansion coming through here. And again, it's Venus. It's very connected. It's very loving. Even going out for a good meal to celebrate something might happen this week. Some of you may connect with a new marketing or new advertising or be more influencer. Some of you may be more prominent on social media this month. Because you have something exciting to share. So even if social media is not your bag, you might end up doing it to promote a business or promote some sort of idea or something that's going to make you money. Maybe you're selling an item or selling a home, right? So then you have the Devil. What's that about? Let's see. The first message, honestly, that comes out is just, it's been so good and lighthearted. I don't want to swing negative if that's not warranted. I don't think this is a big scenario. I do think there is, because we shared that storyline about someone having to fake a smile. For most of you, it's not out of jealousy. This person, whoever it is, and it might be a boyfriend, girlfriend, an ex, someone you, whatever, a friend. It's not that they're not happy for you. It's not that. They very much love and support you and want you to succeed. But there's a selfishness in like, I want to be near you though. And like this, I'm not able to handle this emotionally. So there might be a little bit emotional manipulation or just a comment said that feels like it has an undertone. I don't know why that's coming through, but I do think it happens in some sort of social dynamic or situation. It's someone's words cut. And again, that's not the point. It's not that they're trying to bring you down a notch per se. Maybe some of you have, competitive sister relationships or, it's something like that. For most of you, though, it almost feels romantic, but I don't know how romantic it is because you seem to be leaving. So are they not invited? Are they not going with you? I don't know. I think it's saying don't sacrifice your life for other people. You come into this world and eventually alone, right? And eventually you're gonna pass alone, right? And so I think earth signs tend to be very self-reliant and responsible, but just make sure you don't have clouded judgment because someone is using maybe some shisty emotional manipulation or that sort of tactic on you. And here's the thing, with Saturn energy, it might even be your husband or your wife. So maybe they are going with you, but I don't know, there's some comments said where you're just like, really? Like, I don't know if it comes out of the clear blue, like we talked about this, or I also think this has to do with fears about the future. So if it's not in regard, my phone is like, da-ding, da-ding, da-ding. Okay. There might be fear about the future. I'm asking what this trap is, and it's a mental trap with Aquarian energy kind of, clarifying this essentially. Aquarian is very future oriented and future focused, and that's a good thing. Again, something to do with growth and expansion. Don't fall into the trap of thinking the best years of your life are over or money will never get better or whatever this is. There is some sort of new endeavor or risk being taken, and it's positive. It's not saying you're throwing out the baby with the bathwater. I don't even know if for most of you, if you're quitting a job per se, it could be moving into a new house, but it's almost like with the Cancerian energy, don't be too sentimental about the past because then you're eclipsing the possibility of the future. That's super important. That's super important. Okay, so bottom of the deck though, 10 of Swords. So again, just watch your thoughts. You have no reason not to be positive and optimistic about this. And it's not about rose-tinted glasses or ignoring the red flags. To be honest, I don't see a lot of red flags other than your fear or, doubting yourself and your abilities. There's a reason why you're at this place in your life. So trust that you deserve it, that you've earned it, that this is the gradual, organic next step. Or again, something to do with a person of your past. It could even be something as simple as if you're single, this is an example, right? And you get your dream job in another city, it's like the timing of it is very ironic because that ex that you always kind of wanted to get back with, they message you the same week like, hey, congratulations. And then you're like, wait a minute, do they still, like, you know what I mean? But obviously you're not going to pump the brakes on your life and your career to hang out with someone who didn't choose you, right? And I mean, I'm not saying you can't entertain chatting with them and meeting up. By all means, grab a coffee, see what's up, but stay on track. You need to focus on you. That's the most important thing. Something with a Capricorn or an Aquarius, a Leo, a Cancer might factor into this. Why did I reach for this deck? I actually didn't mean to, but we'll pull a card because it felt like I was supposed to. In regards to money, is there anything else I can share? And then we'll do some oracles. In regards to money, you may have to spend some money to initiate this move. Some of you might be moving across the country or again, just spending money on moving or reorganizing. Maybe you're buying like organizing bins or shelving units for your garage or selling old stuff, something like that. All right. Anything else that's super critical or important that I share? Yeah, for a lot of you, it's funny. It came through in the last reading, and I don't know if it's people wanting me to read for love this week, and that's why it's coming through. I'm setting the intention for money and career, but I do see some of you heartbroken about an ex or someone that you want back. I can't say that's neither here nor there about your money. Maybe, your self-worth and your money, that Venus stuff are very much connected. So if you're not feeling great about yourself because someone didn't choose you, that might be impacting your finances this week. Do you know what I mean? Like you might be, spending more money that you shouldn't be spending because you want to make yourself feel good and like retail therapy, right? So again, just be cognizant of that. Yeah, the star, Aquarian energy, be good to your body. Some of you may end up working in a career that very much involves body work or the body, or, dance, something where the body's very prominent, masseuse, that sort of thing. That card wants to come out so bad. So for the cross watchers, Aquarius, we get it. You're here. Something about Aquarius is like, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. I don't know if that's helpful or not. But again, the Aquarian energy says think long term. Be innovative. Do something different. Be rebellious. If the emperor's not wearing clothes, you need to say it. You need to be blunt. You need to be truthful. You need to be transparent. For some of you too, the more I read tarot, it's funny how certain themes start to pop up. For those who are dealing with, like, again, the ex situation or romantic ties kind of interfering with career stuff right now, there is a need to stop leaning into the shadow energy of thinking someone is going to come and save you or rescue you, or that you would be better off with the person that didn't choose you, right? I get that life is complicated, and I'm not putting the kibosh on anything. If people change and show up in your life in a new transformed way and treat you better, cool, I'm here for it. But in the meantime, there is shadow energy that is trying to pull you back. The devil energy always has like that chain attached to it. This is about liberation, shocking change and liberation for some of you. You, again, embarking on something that is very strange or foreign, or traveling to a distant land, higher education, something that's going to expand your mind, right? I think this is blocking yourself off, guarding your heart, protecting yourself against energy who, like, it's like, it's very sexual, right? Like, it's very hit it and quit it energy, or only loving you when it's convenient for them. And when you start to pull away and they sense that, that's when they want you. Like, no, we're not going to do that. Some of you just needed to hear that. I also associate Aquarius energy, and that's coming through for my earth signs. I want to be clear. Anything to do with, writing, intellectual stuff, study, cerebral type stuff, math, science, technology, all that looks really good with this Aquarian energy. And some of you may be averse to that, so some of you may have to face a fear about technology or using some sort of device or machine that you're not super familiar with. It's okay. You can do it. Put on your brave face. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because, again, there's a team of people supporting you. All you have to do is ask for help if you need it, right? But there's mothering energy around you too. So yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be too proud. I think that's important when the Six of Wands comes up. There can sometimes be ego issues with the Six of Wands. All right, career, money, finances. It says, work smart. Are you making it harder than it has to be? Sometimes the solutions are simple. Perhaps it's time to clean house personally and professionally and start with a clean palette. Stick to basic needs when it comes to spending and put some money aside. Anything else for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? It's funny, there's so much Aquarius energy coming through. I wonder if you guys have that in your chart. This says partnership. You're manifesting a strong, successful partnership. Consider having a partner who can bring the experience you lack. Reach out to mentors, right? Guides, teachers. Some of you may be in a role where you're going to start guiding and leading people. Some of your relationships may be holding you back from success. Yes. Again, that devil energy, things that inhibit our growth, whoever or whatever this is, because maybe it's not a person, maybe it's a job in general. Some sort of energy is trying to pull you back and keep you small. And it's like, again, you're meant to grow. You're meant to be the star in the sky. Some of you are going to go rogue or independent. You're going to leave a group of people. And generally speaking, it does feel like a group of people that you have a lot of admiration and connection with. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's like you're not trying to give them the short end of the stick by going off and creating your own business. For some of you, that's very star energy too, being the superstar of your life. Anyway. And then this says student, again, cerebral, mental energy, studying. Jupiter is in Gemini, so there's an expansion of education for a lot of the signs. So let's see. Work with a member to learn new skills or teach you how to implement your plans. You could be in school to pursue a higher education or work for a school district. Teach yourself to succeed with money or get a financial advisor to teach you. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Thanks so much. Please do like the video, subscribe, leave a comment if you desire, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye. All right, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, my air sign gang. This week I am combining you guys just because I have time constraints, but I don't typically do that, so bear with me this week. Hopefully the messages will still resonate for a bunch of you out there. We're going to talk about career, money, and finances this week. I don't do those readings very often specifically, so we'll see what comes through. You can always choose to view it through the lens of love, but again, that's entirely up to you. Take only what resonates. Here we go. So let's set the intention. Clear, helpful, insightful messages for my air sign gang, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, regarding their career, money, finances, financial health. What's going on with that? Love the Nine of Cups and love the Tower. So an unexpected wish come true. I instantly want to cue like the Disney music, like a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. I don't know why that's coming through. Yeah, regarding your work, absolutely. Regarding some sort of maybe internship, or I don't know why the Eight of Coins to me feels very like independent but associated with a company or a corporation or a business, but you're kind of going rogue at the same time. There's like I'm hearing tethering. There's something about like an attachment to something greater, but you kind of get to drive the ship on your own. So this is an example, but it almost feels like you're set off on the road to go represent them. But with that, there's a great stroke of independence and freedom, and you kind of getting to sort of mimic the role of what it would be like to be in charge, even though you aren't exactly, because it feels very intern apprenticeship. Now, again, I use that term loosely, put it in context if it makes sense for you. If it doesn't, release it. But yeah, there's something about your training to be the next whatever, or step into the position of, X, Y, and Z in the future, but this is like getting your feet wet. So it could be that maybe you're connecting with a mentor that gave you some really great advice that really, with the Tower, like the Tower with the Nine of Cups, it's a good Tower, right? I don't always want to gloss over that and feel like, the Tower isn't a crazy card to get. But for a lot of you, it's like an unexpected wish or it almost feels like a hand up or a hand out, or someone who kind of helps set you back on track, especially if you were starting to feel like just kind of lost in the sauce, or feeling a little bit like it just doesn't feel the way it used to feel, or coming to terms with the fact that maybe you can't, or I don't know, sort of coming to terms with the fact that you thought like your dreams would never manifest or come true, or, that pie in the sky job or salary, it's too out of touch. And I think some of you are feeling very humbled by your work, but not like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like feeling distraught or disappointed about how things turned out. The universe is saying, don't give up. Be in a place to receive signs from the universe, because there's something really juicy and nice coming through. Juicy, especially with the watery energy, right? With the Nine of Cups, an unexpected breakthrough I'm going to say this, it's a stepping stone of getting closer to your dream come true, whatever that is. So air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, don't give up. This is not an abandoned ship card. This is like leverage. Someone gives you a hand up. It could be, I'm hearing the word like nepotism. I don't know if that really applies, but maybe it does. But yeah, it is orchestrated by someone external to you, because you've already done a lot of the work yourself. That's the thing. It's like, it feels I know not all of you are in corporate jobs, and I actually have a feeling a lot of you aren't, right, if you're watching tarot, but to each his own. Eight of Cups is very much like nose to the grindstone. It's very much like, like doing kind of the bitch work, right? And sorry, not to be inappropriate, but it's like a Virgo card. So it's like, I live to work, I live to serve, and that's all fine and good. But at some point you have to make sure that you're surviving, right? And getting what you need out of it in terms of fulfillment in any capacity, financial fulfillment, emotional, mental, the stimulation. It has to be something you want to show up and do every day, or else you're going to burn out. This feels like, again, a little bit like, I don't know how much longer I can do this without knowing that there's something down the road that's going to relieve this kind of mundane, every day is the same. So whatever this is, it looks good. Tell me a little bit more. There could have been an unexpected crisis in finances, and again, it seems like something about it. There's an opportunity to access the money you need to pay that bill or that tuition or that unexpected price tag that comes through. The wish fulfillment card is like there's help available. Maybe you can apply to some sort of funding or program that's going to help you through. You can apply for some grant. You can, I don't know, maybe someone's going to step in and help you pay the bill. Whatever it is, there's some sense of relief after a period of crisis. Very much sort of like a spiritual, or what is that? spiritual crisis, but it feels more like questioning your faith in life, your faith in the system. It's like you've put in all this time and then you just got written up for something you didn't even do. Like it has that kind of vibe, but then, I don't know, the truth is revealed or something comes through and it puts you in a more advantageous position. All right, here we go. Tell me more. Boy, can I ramble. In an air sign reading, no less, right? Sorry, guys. Queen of Coins, look at that. One of the best money cards you can get. There's money out there. There is money available to you and immediately around you. Again, for a lot of you, there's someone that would gladly help or lend you some money, loan you some money, sponsor your company, your business, advocate for you, endorse you. But with that, it's probably not just going to drop into your lap. I mean, maybe with the Tower, but I don't think that's a good way to view life. And I don't think air signs typically do. You guys are all about connections and networking and the back and forth, the rapport with others. So be on the lookout. Talk about your job. Talk about your struggles. Also, talk about what you love about your job, because that's what people want to hear. They don't want to hear your pity sob stories all the time. Now, with that, I think there's a need for both, right? I think you can phrase it in such a way where you're not disguising the truth of the matter, that things aren't ideal. But again, it's like if you're looking for money or help or assistance, you have to go in kind of with that balance of, hey, here's the potential I see in this. This is where it's not quite meeting the mark. Let me tell you why, but here's what I'd like to do with it. Do you understand? Like, it's all about sort of the presentation. You want to appeal to this person's senses so they're not just, do you understand what I mean? Like, and I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm sure a lot of you are going through a really difficult time. But with that, there's something about you don't want to show up as the sad sack and the woe is me, because this person's like, ugh. You know what because what are you really going to do with the money or whatever this is for you, right? Whatever energy or hand that this person is extending, they want to know you're going to do something good with it, right? So that's what I mean about tell them the potential of what you would do with this and whatever. And for a lot of you, again, I'm speaking in metaphor. This isn't going to like hit the mark for all of you, but like, whatever allocations or money or grant support, etc., that you get from this, it's a game changer. And a lot of you, it's almost like, it's like happenstance or circumstance or something unexpected with the Tower, where it might be that you didn't even realize that you were talking to somebody who holds a very powerful position in the company or in society or in your neighborhood or whatever this is. Something about sharing your story right now is very important. And again, with the Nine of Cups, focus on the future of like the vision you have for what you want to do, because this person is listening. And for some of you, the unexpected element is that they come back around to you like, hey, when you mention that thing, that's something I want to get on board with. I'd love to invest in that. Or, my cousin does marketing and he's looking to get some experience, so he has really low rates. Or you know what I mean? Like there's some sort of fortuitous connection where there's relief in money too. I do want to say that with the Queen of Coins. It's very feminine energy in this depiction anyway. But it is. It's earthy. It's Capricorn. This is someone who's like big boss energy. They might not flaunt it. You might not even know it to look at them that they have a lot of money or a lot of energy, a lot of resources, a lot of connections, but they do. And something about that will be very advantageous to you. It's funny, like Virgo energy is coming through very, very strongly in this reading. And obviously I'm doing for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I'm wanting to say something about this may involve a Virgo, or, underline this, underscore it if you have strong Virgo in your chart, Virgo rising, Virgo moon. It's coming through as like the very strong work ethic card, right? Which obviously any sign can have, but for some reason I just keep hearing Virgo. So putting that out there. That might be the person who comes and, I don't want to say saves the day, but helps you, supports you. And again, it's coming from a place where you've done a lot of the work, you've kind of carved out this little nook, this little nest egg for yourself. And I think you're hit with sort of difficult news that something isn't panning out or something really sets you back. Not forever, because you're being presented with a choice here. Interesting. Two of Coins. It's like, you're going to get the money. You're going to get the grant. You're going to get the endorsement, but now I'm hearing Spider-Man quotes. It's like with great power comes great responsibility. So then something about, I don't want to say it falls into your lap, but again, with the Tower, there's something where this comes easier than you thought. Now you're at a bit of a crossroads. Now that you have that money or you're closer to it, again, you have a step up. you have someone supporting you in a way you didn't have before, it opens a new door where it puts you in a position where you have to make a very important decision. Ooh, I'm going to say this is the juiciest reading I've had so far. I don't know what this is, but like, it's almost like a domino effect. It's like some sort of act of God or act of fate or however you want to say it, that comes through at just the right timing. Like I can very much sense you trying to catch your breath of having avoided some sort of crisis moment. Now it's like, oh, okay, now what do I do? Because I don't know, for some of you, maybe there are strings attached. Maybe it's like, yeah, I'm going to lend you this money, but I want you to pay me back, and here's the interest rate. And you're like, oh, well, shit. I'm not saying it's all sunshine and rainbows. To be honest, I think most of you are going to jump at this because whatever this tower is, it seems like the relief is really putting stars in your eyes, the potential of having that sort of help or assistance. So I think you're gonna jump at it. I think you're gonna take it on, but there might be some rearranging of finances and financial goals and needing to meet with a financial advisor in order to understand how this is going to impact you long term. And I don't know so much if it's that I can't afford it. Again, it could be interest rates, but it could also be, hey, someone wants to take you on their team, but you have to move to accept this new position. Sorry about that. It could be something where not strings attached, but there's some sort of like, not ultimatum. You guys know what I'm trying to say, right? It opens a door that wasn't available to you before, and in some ways it changes the game up. So you're kind of like, all right, how do I approach this? Look at you guys, though. Honestly, guys, this looks good. 9 of coins, it's like, yeah, the boost up, the glow up, the glam up. There's more money available to you or more people supporting you, an influx of more clients, again, because somebody knows somebody and they put your name on the thing and everybody comes a running. It's like, here, take my money. It feels very much like that. And like, for those who know me, I'm not a person who's going to like... tell you that I see miracles happening if I don't, but like you have very strong cards here. Queen of Coins, 8 of Coins, which says, hey, if you do the work, good results will come from it. And, the proof is in the pudding with the 9 of Cups. Whatever you're wishing for, something about that is starting to come in. It's coming to fruition. It doesn't always arrive with all the bells and whistles, but again, you've already done a lot of the work. Queen of Coins is here to support you. Whoever this person or this energy, this entity, this business is, work with them, talk with them, network with them. This card could represent financial negotiations. Don't settle for a low salary just because you're trying to get yourself out of a pickle, right? Like, don't take any job, because there is something about a malleability. There's a flexibility. There is room for negotiation here. So make sure you ask for what you want. The worst they can say is no, and then you go back to the drawing board and maybe you renegotiate. 9 of Coins, though, it's very abundant energy. It's affluent energy. Air signs, crushing it. I'm happy to see that. I'm very happy to see that. All right, money cards. Let's see. Change. Look at that. There is change for the better coming your way. Embrace it. Just because you don't see any movement doesn't mean nothing is happening. Sometimes to see change, you must be the change. Okay, love it. Anything else for my air signs? What would help them to hear? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then windfall. You're about to receive a windfall of money or a pay raise. Money is currently in a positive cycle. This is a great time to treat yourself or make that big purchase. Careful with that. Make sure, it's signed, sealed, delivered, right? I think that's good advice for anybody. Don't spend money you don't have, right? Make sure it's legit. Make sure you've done the research of who you're about to work with, the company you know what I mean? Because shit happens, right? Especially with the Tower card. Allow unexpected things to happen to you, but if you're in a pickle or a bind with finances, hours, job stuff, play it safe until there's absolute certainty that, things are aligning, And then money, is that merger? I don't know what that means. Money MGR. Sorry, I honestly don't know what that means. Oh, is that a Bitcoin thing? I don't know shit about Bitcoin. Sorry, guys. Let's see. This card could indicate your career or finances could take a giant leap forward. Consider careers in money management, banking, accounting, or anything in finance, or again, meeting with financial advisors, people who can advise you on those things. You can expect a happy outcome when it comes to your finances. Guys, best reading ever. I hope this applies to you. It might make sense later down the line. Be open to it. Be open to receiving and ask the universe for what you want because they're listening. Like, are you kidding me with the spread? I absolutely love it. All right, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, thank you for tuning in. Please smash that like button, right? That would really help me. And I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, guys. All right, beautiful water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Happy Cancer season, guys. We're in that watery mix. So far, so good for me. How are you guys feeling? Hope it's good. I hope you guys are doing well. So I'm lumping you guys together. I hate to see you say lumping this week because I have time constraints. It was my birthday, so I have birthday plans this weekend. So I am grouping you guys together because frequently the water signs will experience similar stories. It's not just, a time saver. So I hope you get something out of this reading. We're going to talk about career, money, and finances this week, which I don't usually do, so stick around. Hopefully lots of it resonates with you, but as always, take only what resonates, release the rest, and be open to it resonating in the future. Frequently, that's how tarot works, so be open to the messages and see what comes of them, all right? Let's set the intention now to get my Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces some clear, helpful, insightful messages for wherever they are currently at on their spiritual path regarding their financial health, money, jobs, internships, loans, debt, any of that stuff that wants to come through. What's most important to share with the water signs, please? What is a storyline I can share? The Eight of Pentacles. All right, so that's an excellent worker card. Let's see. This feels like wanting to take a break, wanting to take a vacation, especially from studying or research or some sort of writing project, or especially if you work at like crunching numbers, anything like that. It's like, ooh, I just sort of need a break. But interesting that there's a step up though. The Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, I very much read that as do the research, get the degree, whatever this is, and it puts you in a more advantageous position. But this very much is not self-imposed, the opposite. It's self-motivated. It's self-driven. So I don't necessarily know if this is a handout per se. This is like, hey, if you hunker down and do the work, beautiful things are going to come from it. So some of you just need sort of the boost, the extra kind of kick in the butt to be like, you're on the right path. You're getting there. You're getting there. I love that. So the Five of Pentacles, okay. But then you're like, yeah, but money's really tight. Like, so I don't know. I get it. Some of you, it feels like maybe, and I never mean to offend anyone. You guys know that. Some of you would be looking for the easy way out. Five of Pentacles, especially in a financial career reading, says something's not meeting the mark. Maybe your health insurance isn't great, right? It can be body stuff, but typically, the Five of Pentacles indicates money is very tight, and sometimes communication about that isn't very good. So for some of you, it feels like you're kind of in a pit of debt, or that sounds so scary and ominous, right? I don't mean it like that, but I don't know, some sort of, it's funny, I almost said unexpected, but I didn't mean to, so I don't know if that resonates with somebody, but some sort of financial hole that you feel like you have to dig yourself out of. There's something very, you can do it yourself, though. Does that make sense to anyone? Like, do a little bit of research, especially if I said something similar to the air signs. If it involves just researching some sort of program or sponsorship or endorsement or some like funds that might be available to you like via the government or unemployment or this or that, there's something where if you're motivated to do it, that benefit or that aid will come through. But again, it's your work that's being done, if that makes sense. And I say this to you guys a lot, I'm sorry, but it's like, it doesn't necessarily mean someone's coming to rescue you. There's something about your own self-determination and stealth that's going to get you out of maybe a difficult financial time. Or, if this isn't financial stuff, maybe you're just kind of, I said the same thing to the air sign. You guys might want to watch that, especially if you're cuspy with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you have placements in those, the air sign reading was fabulous. It was the best one by a landslide. So check that out if you have strong placements in air, if that's particularly significant to you or your partner, your spouse, right? Five of Pentacles might just be depression too. The Five of Wands. So you got some fives. You got some trouble in paradise. So if this isn't representing you in despair, it could be that your partner, your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, they may have lost their job or maybe going through a very difficult time with their own finances, and that might be impacting your love life or just your joy in life, right? It feels like a person that you love very dearly is going through it. And maybe that's a message that just wants to come out. Maybe it's not affecting your money or your financial health, but yeah, you're at odds with someone. There's a little bit of quarreling or fighting, or maybe it's family responsibilities with your siblings to take care of mom and dad. I don't know. There's something coming through with a pit of finances that is impacting you. Again, I'm steering you to this idea. It has something to do with like read between the lines, read the fine details, apply for the loan, or what do you call it? Sorry, give me 1 second. It's on the tip of my tongue. Like when you initially get denied, you can appeal it. Yeah, something about an appeal, or something about like what's written isn't necessarily finalized, so there might be room for negotiation, or I don't know, talk to people who are going through something similar, because there might be some sort of relief or an avenue you could go down that could help you. That's what's coming through the strongest. Nine of Pentacles, though, it's a very strong card of abundance and financial independence. For some of you, there could be, this isn't for everyone, obviously, there could be some sort of like lucky book deal or something that comes through writing, or you may network with someone who works in media and they do like a story on you or an article on your business trying to rally support. This almost feels like a very like storybook, almost like You've Got Mail. Like, you know, let's rally behind, you know, what is that? Like the cozy bookstore or whatever. It's been like a legacy in New York history, and you know they're threatening to close because they don't have enough money. It's like, let's all champion them and get behind them and support this little, you know, ma and pa shop. You know, whatever it is, it sort of has that sort of idea behind it. Yeah, in terms of help being available to you, it's like written help. I know that's like a weird way to phrase it, but does that make sense? It's like an article or I don't know. Or again, you researching some sort of opportunity or avenue, you know, going on Facebook and trying to find groups that support this cause or groups that have experience with this type of debt. Or for some of you, it might be medical debt too. That's coming through a little bit. Six of Swords. Okay, so progress is made. Okay, there is relief, guys, for reals. I know your reading has been kind of grim. Sorry about that. But, you know, I have to be honest with what I see, right? I do like this Nine of Pentacles. Again, the message about the step up. The 8 to the 9 is something does get better. Yeah, my phone's like, confirm that. That's important. Not all is lost here. If anything, it might be in your partner's life that they're struggling. Depression is coming through a little bit, or anxiety, or feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities at work. You know, if it's not losing a job, maybe your partner is just out straight and you don't see them anymore, and that might be, you know, these are weekly messages. It's not going to be life-changing every week. So maybe for some of you, you're just feeling at odds with your person. Like maybe you're both kicking ass independently, especially if you're like entrepreneurs or, you know, I don't know, CEOs, or doing something very like I don't even want to put that title on it, I take that back, but doing something very that's self-reliant, self-sufficient. You kind of run the show, essentially. It could be that because you guys have that responsibility and that pressure, if you're running a company or doing something, again, more entrepreneurial or independent, a lot of responsibility falls on you. And so maybe a relationship is falling by the wayside. Now, for some of you, that's temporary, but for some of you, maybe that was meant to happen. Maybe that was meant to align you to the right person, because maybe schedules don't align for a reason, but maybe there's a greater purpose behind that, because for some of you, travel might be in your future. Traveling for a new job or for a new opportunity, possibly moving later down the line. I don't see that immediately, but for some of you, there might be a move. Possibly long distance as well. Six of Swords says exhale, though, because there is relief available, especially for those who, again, struggling financially. There's a solution, but you do have to dig a little deeper and fact find. That's a really good word for what's going on here. So what is this relief? Queen of Cups, right? For some of you, it's like you just got to call your mama, you know, especially for my Cancers who are close with their mothers. There's very much like, Mom, I just need to talk. And that's very Cancerian. Or someone who you view in like a more maternal sense. You know, maybe it's your girlfriend, maybe it's your grandma, maybe it's an aunt or a sister or a best friend. It doesn't have to be female, but it feels very feminine energy. It's like you just need to talk it through with someone, and I actually think this person is going to empower you. Again, they can't fix it for you, but I think they're here to remind you that you're a badass, that you guys have, you know, been through so much, right? That it's like, this is a temporary setback. This is a temporary obstacle. This is a temporary delay. Some of you, for some of you, if it's not financial crisis or whatever this is, it could be that you broke up with your person and you were living with them, and, you know, maybe you have to move back in with mom or dad, right? It could be something like that for my water signs this week. But if that's the case, they are going to help you. They are going to support you. Someone in a family dynamic might be able to support you or guide you through some sort of process that's going to offer relief and a sense of peace, because I don't have the anxiety card here, but I kind of do with these two coming up. The Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. It's like there could be a lot of effort and time being put into something. And even if it's making a little bit of money, it's not quite meeting the mark in terms of how much you need it to make, if that makes sense. Again, do the research, get a better marketing team, get your name out there. You know, I think you need more publicity. I think you need to be put more in the spotlight, or this company does, right? It might not be all up to you, but there's not enough word of mouth going around. You may need to borrow money from someone in the coming weeks. I have to be honest. You know, maybe there's a bill, and yeah. You know, if you don't have to, great, more power to you, but I think you need to be open to that and not feel, especially with my water signs, don't feel guilt or shame, right? People want to help people. Everybody goes through difficult periods, and let's be honest, water signs, if the love of your life or a family member came to you and was like, I'm really in a bind, I'm so sorry to ask, can I borrow some money and I'll pay you back? Like, you would do it. You water signs would do it. I know you would. Because you're good people, right? You're empathetic. You have a kind heart, right? So when the shoe's on the other foot, allow other people to help you, allow other people to nurture you and take care of you. But again, in Cancer season, this is not a jab at the Cancer specifically, but don't also fall into the pit of expecting people to take care of you, you know, to be coddled, right? There's a healthy balance. There's a healthy balance here. And there is something about tough love being practiced, but I see it more as the empowerment. Like, you have a friend or a person who's going to allow you to speak your truth and get it all out and, you know, ugly cry a little bit if that's what you need to do. But at the end of the day, they're going to remind you how strong you are, you know? Yeah, so the solution is around you, but it does come from your own strength and fortitude and your own endurance, right? Your own tenacity, right? Lean into that. All right, anything else we need to know here? The Magician, yeah, you're manifesting something new. The Knight of Swords, communication is frozen right now. Communication is a little bit slow, but it's not, and it doesn't end there. There is a period of loss or a period of mourning or a period of needing to like take a beat or take a moment and kind of figure out a new game plan because something maybe kind of defies expectations or comes as a heavy surprise or something like that. Again, this has to do with your partner though. This is for those who are, you know, booed up essentially. Something to do with the lovers. You have that here too. It's like you may be at odds with the person you're in love with, or you may be at odds with the person that you are. You know, if the lovers is a business connection, you may be at odds with the person who you thought you were the strong fortress of a team, right? You know, it was you and them against the world, and then that person decides to leave the business or to go rogue, to be independent, to do their own entrepreneurial thing. Whatever it is, there's something about a coupling that it's like, ooh, it's kind of on the rocks right now. It's frozen. We might be giving each other the silent treatment. There's something here where the communication is off with a partner. So something about that might need to be fixed as well. Page of Wands. I mean, if you are on the outs, it's like you will speak again because there's something that you need to settle. And Page of Cups, yeah. So that gets knocked down a bit. I don't know how else to describe that. But for some of you, it feels like a partner may have backstabbed you, or it feels like a partner let you down. And I think you might be viewing them as a little bit selfish right now. They did or said something that went against what you thought they were going to do. Maybe actions didn't align with words. And it seems like you want to have a discussion about it and try and fix it. But I don't know. I think that mushrooms into something greater where you start questioning if you guys are in alignment and on the same page and want the same things. That feels very romantic to me. But again, it may resonate for you in terms of a business partner or, you know, any sort of job where maybe you and the boss have different values. But if anything, maybe it's your chance to sort of to go rogue and be independent or try something that is there's a better word for that. Like gig work, you know what I mean? Like maybe you're going to bounce around a little bit and do that. Maybe a side hustle or side income or something like that. For some of you, like modeling is coming through or something with like aesthetics, very like Venus things, which makes sense because Venus is in Cancer. So anything to do with physical beauty, right? You know, nails, hair, makeup, fashion design, you know, anything like that. That might be something that you're going to get into. or some sort of confirmation that you need to hear. Maybe that's your friend who's going to help you out or support you. So this says faith. The situation needs your full trust. There is a divine reason behind this experience. Your spirit guides are leading you in the right direction. I love that that came through. Something about you're rock solid, you're unshakable, you're unbreakable, right? You can do this. You can do this. Water by nature is malleable, right? It's adaptable, right? It can freeze, it can thaw out. Like water changes. It needs to be in flow and in flux. So something here does need to change. The only thing that's going to get in the way of that is your inability to release and let go of something that isn't working. Allow change to come through. And I know that's hard, especially in terms of a partnership that means a lot to you, but maybe it's a temporary break, right? It could be something like that. So then it says feelings. You may be getting too emotional at the moment and are losing control of your career and finances. Stand up and come back stronger. I love that. All right. So water signs. I'm sending you all the good vibes. This was a tricky reading this week, but not all is lost. Again, we started off with 8 to 9. There is a step up here, but it may come over time. So I hope this was helpful. Please like the video, guys. Subscribe, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.